So the DNF Duel Beta has ended, and what if I recorded the whole video with this on? Would y'all be mad if I did that? Would y'all be really upset? I don't know. If you were under a rock or wasn't paying attention, the DNF Duel Beta was on for 3 days from Friday night to Sunday morning. That being said, we had to talk about the game and what they've done to the game, and pretty much the last time we had a beta. To be honest with you, they pretty much did nothing substantial to the game. Okay, I'm over exaggerating. Chill out. I am over exaggerating. There's a lot of good and a lot of things I have an issue with, but that comes down later to the road. Alright, number one, let's talk about the in-game lobbies. So we all know this game is apparently dropping 2 to 3 months from now, and it's a beta. However, I just want everyone to know that joining the lobby and finding rooms are very annoying still. I also feel like this game needs a way to find players' rooms quicker and way faster. I think a way to remedy this is make rooms similar to Guilty Gear Strive, where if I make a random generated personal code, I can hand out to whoever and they can just put that in to find my room ASAP. I will say it is slightly improved from the first open beta. They did really well there, making it not as annoying to find some rooms. However, when I first turned the beta on though, I was trying to connect to my homie QAnon on Twitch, and literally I could not find him with his room settings for at least 10 to 20 minutes. Because here's the thing about the lobbies, right? My big issue with the lobbies right now, we don't know if we can make them private, etc. And it's very scary that games are not doing that. Like when they don't show you everything in the game, I feel like something's not gonna be there. It's just a very big over my shoulders. Look, I come from anime games. I've dealt with Jump Force, I've dealt with Demon Slayer. If you know how bad those games comes to just basic features. And I just don't want that to happen with Aiden's return with DNF Duel. So it's very inconsistent in that part of the game. I will say the netcode honestly has always been good. I personally think the netcode is second to Guilty Gear Strive. It's probably one of the best we've had in modern times recently, besides, you know, Slippy Rollback. It's way better than KOF in my opinion, but I never really had issues with the netcode being kind of whack. I had one of the worst matches I've played, and I don't even know where the person was from, but I feel like I was in the JP lobby, and that was only one match out of like 20 other JP lobbies I've joined over the weekend. Now we got to get to the part of the thing that a lot of y'all may or may not agree with. I could be 100% wrong, and hear me out. I'm just telling you how I feel in the game. This game is crazy, it's Onga, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm not gonna lie to you, that is what DNF Duel is. The people that's gonna fly out to Arc Revo and play this game in tournament for 100K, I feel sorry for you. Y'all finna get holed, TOD'd, robbed, crusadered, and probably crying the whole time all the way. Here's my big problem with DNF Duel. I find the game, and this sounds like a complete scrub quote. Y'all can clip it, do whatever y'all want, but y'all always do that anyway, take things out of context. The game is fun until I have to block.
What? Huh?
It sounds so whack to say that. I've never said that in my whole entire life, but I will say in DNF Duel, I just think the defense is garbage. Let's talk about guard cancel. Guard cancel requires you to use up to 80 of your MP. Essentially, when you guard cancel, you pretty much can break any ability in the game. Thus, if the opponent's close enough and they have like a ability pressuring you, you can literally knock them back to the other side or at least mid-screen. The problem with guard cancel is that it requires too much MP to use. It's weird that guard cancel can only be used once and the 80 MP thing, while the MP system in DNF Duel is somewhat reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts. I made this comparison in my last DNF Duel beta video, but you can literally spam moves until you run out, you know, and then you gotta wait. They don't have no usage, no cost. They just do it and you just can keep doing it until you run out. In Kingdom Hearts though, right, if you have like a slither of MP left, you can use that MP still and cast Cure. That is how the special moves work in DNF Duel. This whole weekend and the first open beta as well, people have been complaining about no air blocking. I'm personally on the fence that the game should have air blocking because it just doesn't feel, it's like the game is so flashy and stuff like that, and a lot of moves have like gigantic buttons that it's just very, very weird. I wouldn't be as annoyed with defense in the game or not having air blocking if every character had big buttons in the game. I think a lot of people can agree that Grappler is probably one of the weaker characters in the kit. I mean, like, you gotta get in, and then if you get in, you get the damage. But other than that, he's sucking far range. He ain't doing nothing. He getting hit. He getting cooked. I think if you're gonna give one character pinwheel, every character in the game should have something like a pinwheel or Konoichi's Tornado or a kit like Crusader. I get that they're trying to make the game based on like DFO PvP, and that's pretty cool that you can't block in the air. However, this is a fighting game and it's more of a grounded game as well. And I just don't know if I personally find that fun, which is something I don't really like. What I like about anime fighting games is I generally like air combos. That's a big thing that I really like about anime fighting games. That's why I've been playing games like Persona 4 Arena and BB Tag, because they at least have air combos. That's one thing that grabs me from anime fighters. But that's just my personal preference, and that doesn't take away from the overall enjoyment factor of the game. In the beta, I did play a lot of Ghostblade. Ghostblade is pretty insane. He has a dash that can just buffer into a free grab. He has a lot of options off of his little, I guess, persona is what we're gonna call it. But I think his weakness as the game grows on and develops is taking advantage of his persona being able to get hit. It reminds me of Persona 4 Arena OT Max, where like you get a persona break and the card goes away and the persona disappears. That's what it kind of feels like here, except that there's really no huge repercussions, except that you'll probably be able to get in because you beat out his startup. I think the most fun character in the game for me right now has to be between Striker and I want to say Dragon Knight. Those two characters have like every tool in my opinion. Well, not Striker. Striker doesn't have projectile. I think the coolest thing about Striker though is hitting her 4 special, where she throws out the little 2 fists, she stands stills, it catches opponents rolling. And that's another thing I want to talk about. I think rolling is tragic in DNF Duel. I think they need to buff rolling in DNF. If you're not going to give me options to jump over moves, at least make rolling pretty good on startup, or give me some invincibility where I can't get hit and vulnerability. You know, give me something off of roll. And then there's the walk speed, right? Which is also another problem with defense, because you can't run up and run past things if you could. You know, either try to like dash walk a lot, because there's some moments where you'll try to do that. Bro, whoever designed her, they need to go to jail. Like, I have to sit, like it's automatically putting me and it's wearing my guard down. So it's like, another thing is the whole training mode controversy. So if you ain't been paying attention, a lot of people have been upset that, yo, I have limited time to play, I can't use a training mode in a beta. Now my thing is, yes, they should have them, they should add them there. There are some older betas in fighting games that didn't have them. It's weird. PR has stated their goal with the lobbies and these betas. Their goal is to stress test, see if matchmaking work and queuing works, which it's still a little wonky. I already said that already. However, I do think that with some people, learning base things, how to play the game is the best way to do it. Personally, I don't think betas need training modes. I'm gonna just come out and say it. I think they should have put an in-game tutorial. Legit, there's conversion, and then I really didn't figure out how to do guard kill to until today. I know they have them on YouTube, but sometimes looking at stuff versus not being able to play at the same time versus while it's in the game already is a complete different monster. You could look at a tutorial, but if you're not looking at the tutorial and practicing what they're preaching from what they did with the videos on YouTube, you're not going to retain that information, at least for me. I can't speak for everyone. I know for me, that's very impossible. Maybe I'm tweaking, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm scrub coding it, who knows. But yeah, that being said, DNF Duel, your game is going to be a fun and weird ride when it releases. But that being said, it's your boy Avataryaya. You guys are golden. Tell me how you feel about DNF Duel Open Beta 2. Open Beta 2. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.
I've been the devil, I need me an arc and no water. My breathing, I feel like Tanjiro. Walking this bitch with a sound pack, while she rock it, I keep me a domino. Bitch, I'm a dip and I feel like Kazaki. Stretching that pussy out like it's Pilates. I'm snatching the soul like right out of a body. Fire, I'm spitting, I'm feeling like Dobby. White bitch, blonde hair, looking like Lucy. She from Kiyoshi, I paint a face Suki.